Hey friends, raise your hand if you've got back pain. Back pain is a super prevalent problem. I would not consider myself someone with chronic back pain in my chronic pain bubble, but I do have a couple of discs that come and go in herniation, and so I can completely empathize with how it feels to have a back out. Now, I am not your chiropractor and I am not your doctor, so I want you to take this all with a grain of salt. But I feel like moving, even when our backs are, feeling pretty excruciating, is just about the best thing that we can possibly do. So let's do about 15 minutes of movement. We are gonna have a portion where we're gonna sit, and at least for me, when my back is freaking out, sitting is really challenging. And so I want you to have enough stuff to sit up on. Have a bolster if you've got one, a block, some blankets, get creative. The higher, the better. If you need a chair, then you need a chair. But I want you to be comfortable, and we're gonna start laying down on our backs. So take your time to get down all the way to your back to the floor. And like I said, be steady, be comfortable. I will see you there.
So get comfy lying on the support of the floor, and in the interest of aligning the spine a little bit better, if you're comfortable, you might not have anything under your head or just the lightest roll of a blanket under your head. And maybe instead of legs resting long, you bend your knees and have your feet on the floor. We'll just change the tilt of the pelvis a little bit and hopefully better align the spine. But this is all going to be in your own sensation, in your body, right? So we'll just give ourselves a couple of easy breaths to, again, sink into this support. I know that when my back acts up, it's like nothing is comfortable. There is no relief. For me personally, the support of a hard floor is about as comfortable as it gets, but you again know yourself the best. Take a deep breath in through your nose and maybe let it out through a soft jaw and open mouth. Just sigh. Do it again. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Do it again. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Maybe you have to scream about it. Let it out. And try to let yourself sink. Imagine that your breath was creating some space between your vertebrae. It was soothing the nerves that extend from the spine. It was softening all of the muscles that come in contact with the floor. And even if just a little bit, that breath was helping you let go. As always, listen to your body. You are your own best guide. Move slow when you're ready. Bring your right knee gently in closer to your chest. If you can grab on to that knee. If you need a little extra today, you can always grab a strap to reach the legs. We'll just guide this right knee in a little closer. Stretching just a little bit more the muscles of the right side. Putting a little bit more pressure on the right SI joint. Just simply hold and breathe. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Take this right knee across your body and twist. Go as far as you like. The hip could stay on the floor. The hip could lift. This is to the capacity of your spine and the sensation in your back today. If you got big reactions in the discs, Sometimes the twisting pressure, you'll have a certain direction that is just going to be a no-go. I want you to listen to what's happening in the feedback. It's just feedback. Another easy exhale, and then roll gently back to your center. And before you let go of this right leg, bring the knee out a little bit wider and kick your heel as far as it'll go to the ceiling. Let the knee be bent. This is like a single-sided happy baby pose, and you can grab whatever you can grab. The inner right thigh, right hand could grab up toward the ankle, or you could do the classic and grab your foot. Feel a little push and pull. More on the side of softening everything, right? Take another deep breath. And then gently, we'll let the right side go. We'll trade sides. Bring your left knee in closer to your chest. Grab on with the hands, grab on with a strap, whatever this side might need. I feel like when we think about the back, we always assume it's going to be symmetrical. But of course, we've got different muscles on different sides, current past injuries. We've got different organs on different sides. So tune into this left side in its own right. Let it do its own thing. Listen to what you need. Take a big breath in. When you exhale, guide this knee again into a twist. Just over to the right side, any amount. You might peel that hip off the floor. You might not. Breathe in. Try to really rely on that breath to, again, just sigh out. Deep breaths, letting go. Let the breath signal to your body that this is just a fine time to relax. That those pain receptors, those warning signs in the head can just take a break for a moment. One more exhale and we'll roll slowly back to center. And again, before you let this left side go, take the knee out a little wider. Kick the heel up to the sky, a little resistance, and grab whatever you can grab. Inner thigh, ankle, sole of the foot with the left hand, just for that little push and pull. You could still also be using your strap in trade. And less about a really huge stretch in the leg. Let this be, again, a good compression down into the side of the body, the hip joint, and lengthening the back into the floor. From this half happy baby pose, we're going to go full on happy baby. Take your time. Both knees out wide, both heels kick up to the sky. Grab what you can grab. And again, we think of this pose a lot like a big hip stretch, but in this moment, can you think of it more of a spine stretch? Can you let your hips soften down to the floor? Upper back of the neck soften down into the floor. And just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take your time. Maybe a little rock to soothe. And then we'll let the knees fall back into the chest. The easiest transition from our backs into a change, I find, is to just simply roll to one side of your body. So take it slow, roll completely onto your right or left side. Pause for a few moments. Keep breathing. Breathe a little deeper. And then when you're ready, start to gently push yourself up and into a seat. Now, sitting straight on the floor today might not be practical at all. When my discs do their herniation thing, there is no way I can sit cross-legged on the floor where I'm usually very comfortable to be. So I like to be in seated kneeling. It's just, again, a different tilt of the pelvis. Sitting up on height is always beneficial, so take your time to maybe sit up on a little bit more than you normally would, even up in a chair, and allow yourself to be tall against that resistance of gravity. I like to think of a little silver thread attached to the very top of my head. And there's a little pull on that thread, and it lets me be taller. Again, without too much over effort. See if you can keep that length as we take a little side stretch, a lateral bend, lean over to your right side. Take your left fingertips a little bit higher. You don't have to lean very far to get the benefits of strengthening here. And think like you're going to keep that height even more than you need to lean far at all. Nothing's freaking out the back. It feels good. Inhale pulls you back up tall to your center. Try a lean to your left side. Right fingertips could stretch up and exaggerate it, but again, you don't have to lean too far. Your base feels secure on what you're sitting on. Just stretching up and over. Come back gently to your center. Reset with that length, and then this time we're going to twist. Twist slowly to the right. The hands land wherever they land. The hands are not going to help you pull around in this twist. This again is more coming from a place of length. And then feeling like the twist is as even through the spine as it could possibly be. Take one more exhale as you look gently over your right shoulder. And then untwist back to center. I always like to lift my arms as a little reset. Pulls me a little bit taller. Do what feels good to you. Twist to your left side. Again, just gently. Thinking more height than you have to twist deep at all. If it feels good on your neck, you're looking back gently over your left shoulder as you take another exhale. And then come back to your center. We're going to move dynamically through flexion and extension today. So a seated version of cat-cow. Take a moment to round your spine a little bit. Let your chin fall in towards your chest. Again, when my discs are herniated, flexion is a big trigger for me. So if it's the same for you, please do not push hard into this. Just let your spine round a little bit. And then let an inhale gently pull you forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you and let the chest pop open. Again, your trigger could be extension. And so you're just listening. And then we'll move back and forth a few times with the breath. This does not have to be a huge movement. Exhale, round out. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale, rounding the back towards your seated cat, and inhales, expanding the front towards your seated cow. Do a couple more. Do them with your rhythm, your depth. You do not have to stretch hard to get all of the benefits. Take another round of breathing, and then take your time. We're going to come over to hands and knees, and we'll continue with cats and cows, a little more classic. Make sure you're comfortable kneeling. Be on palms, fists, elbows, whatever. This is, again, much more about what we can do with the spine. Set up your foundation your way. And if you like, it's the same pairing of breath. Inhales. Stretch the belly low a little bit. Lift the chest, lift the chin if it works for your neck. Exhales, you're going to round out slow and steady. Little cat back. Inhale, belly comes through. Exhale, belly rounds, and do a few more. Just gently. The boundaries of your sensation are usually a pretty good teller to where your body wants to go for today. Breathe so that it knows it's safe, but listen to the feedback you receive. Take another big breath in. We're going to exhale and send the hips back. Stretch the arms out to extended child's pose if it's comfortable. Otherwise, tuck the hands under your forehead or arms along your sides. In my most recent back flare, I got a newfound appreciation for child's pose in its own beautiful posture. It's such a big, beautiful stretch of the spine. Now there's not a day that I won't go without it. Again, you're in a little flexion and you're in a little inversion, so you could always support this more. supported child's pose. It can be up on a bolster, anything to hold on to. Try to let the spine relax. Breathing. Take an easy breath in and a gentle breath out. Stay here longer if you want to. Push yourself back up to a seat when you're ready. If it's okay, just sit back on your heels, sit tall for a moment. You could bring your hands to meet at your heart as you just take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate our bodies that do a million amazing things for us every day. Namaste.
I hope that you feel better on this side of even that short little practice. Do it often. Do it every day. Movement is the medicine, right? If you loved class and you wish that it was even longer, I do an hour-long general gentle yoga class. I release a new one every Friday on my website. It's good all week. You can even take it for free. The link to that is right at the top of the description. Otherwise, you know our slogan, pain's a bitch, especially back pain. Yoga helps. See you next time.